In the final days of the dinosaur era, which spanned approximately 80 million years prior, a creature not only achieved absolute dominion, but also etched its name into the annals of natural history with blood, power, and an unshakable aura of fear. This was the late Cretaceous period, an epoch characterized by lush conifer forests, vast floodplains, and distant, active volcanic mountain ranges, creating a landscape that was both majestic and fraught with peril. Tyrannosaurus rex, a resounding name meaning tyrant lizard king, was not merely a dinosaur. It was the ultimate symbol of dominance, a living nightmare, a masterpiece of brutal evolution that nature had ever conceived. Imagine a creature so impossibly colossal, a being whose sheer grandeur and terror even our wildest imaginations struggled to fully grasp. Measuring over 12 meters from snout to tail tip, reaching up to 13 meters in the largest individuals ever discovered. Standing as tall as a 3-story building with its head towering up to 6 meters when erect and weighing nearly 9 tons, a mass equivalent to 2 large city buses, or even more than the mightiest adult elephant. Each step it took was not just a movement. It was a tremor of the earth, making the entire forest seem to resonate with a warning. Leaves trembling, and smaller creatures scattering in panic. Every roar it unleashed was not just a sound, but an echoing thunderclap reverberating through valleys, shaking the very air, penetrating ancient tree trunks, and instilling absolute terror in the minds of every living being within a radius of miles. It was the roar of the dominator of absolute power. The most terrifying weapon, and indeed the most prominent feature of the T-Rex, was its colossal jaw, a bone-crushing engine with the most powerful bite force to ever exist in the history of life on Earth. Modern scientific studies have estimated its bite force could exceed 6 tons, equivalent to the weight of an adult elephant pressing down on a small point, or tens of tons per square centimeter at the tooth tip, enough to pulverize the thickest stone-hard bones of any prey. Each of the T-Rex's teeth was not just a tooth. It was as large as a formidable dagger, up to 30 centimeters 12 inches long, razor-sharp with serrated edges perfectly designed to rip flesh, crush bone, and puncture any armor. With just a single bite, its prey, be it a massive Triceratops with its formidable bony frill and 3 sharp horns, or a hefty Edmontosaurus with its thick hide, would be reduced to a shattered mess, utterly dismembered. This horrifying power was not solely for killing, but also for crushing bones, allowing the T-Rex to absorb maximum nutrients from bone and marrow, a superior survival advantage compared to other predators that primarily consumed soft tissue. This enabled it to survive even when food was scarce, fully utilizing every part of its kill. Yet the T-Rex was not a blind brute, a mere war machine relying solely on raw strength. It was a sophisticated evolutionary killing machine, equipped with supersensory organs to become the perfect predator, an unbeatable assassin in its domain. Its sense of smell was astonishingly acute, capable of detecting the scent of blood from miles away, allowing it to track wounded prey, decaying carcasses, or even migrating herds across vast areas. This made it not only a hunter, but also an efficient scavenger, maintaining the balance of the ecosystem. Its large, forward-facing eyes, like those of modern carnivores, provided keen binocular vision, allowing it to precisely pinpoint the smallest movements of its prey, calculating distance and attack speed with perfect accuracy. This field of vision offered excellent depth perception, a trait many other dinosaurs lacked. The T-Rex's hearing was also incredibly developed, enabling it to perceive low-frequency sounds, infrasound, that other species could not, such as the distant footsteps of herbivorous dinosaur herds, the faint whimpers of a dying prey, or even alarm signals from its own kind. The T-Rex's brain, though not large by human standards, was highly developed in regions associated with sensory processing and predatory behavior, indicating intelligence and problem-solving capabilities. The combination of these superior senses transformed the T-Rex into a comprehensive, relentless hunting machine, missing no opportunity, however small. On the vast sprawling plains of the late Cretaceous, with its dense forests, winding rivers, and expansive grasslands, when colossal herbivorous dinosaur herds like Edmontosaurus or Triceratops were busy migrating in search of new water and food sources, the T-Rex did not rush into attack. It waited patiently. This was a crucial part of its strategy. It hid in the dense shadows of the deep forests in the cool shade of a towering cliff, or amidst low-lying bushes, observing each weak, old, sick, or simply juvenile individuals separated from the herd and vulnerable, the easiest and least energy-consuming targets. This strategy was not cowardice but cunning, a way to optimize energy expenditure and minimize the risk of injury in a fight that could prove dangerous even for itself. It could spend hours, even days, tracking and evaluating its prey. And when the decisive moment arrived, when its prey was in perfect range, it unleashed its power in a sudden, lightning-fast lunge, reaching speeds of 20 to 25 kilometers per hour for short bursts, enough to ambush its quarry. The scene then was one of utter chaos, a primal display of survival instinct. The sky seemed to collapse under the powerful roar of the T-Rex. The ground violently shook under the sprinting strides of the predator and the panicked cries of its prey. And the sound of deadly impacts merged into a horrifying symphony of life and death. The T-Rex was not merely a hunter. It was an artist of brutality, a dancer of death, performing the most terrifying spectacle nature had ever witnessed, where existence was decided in an instant. The T-Rex was the apex of the food chain, the undisputed emperor of prehistoric life, with no natural enemies daring to challenge its supremacy once it reached adulthood. Its presence shaped the entire ecosystem, forcing herbivores to evolve thick armor, sharp horns, camouflage abilities, or rapid movement to stand a chance of survival. Scientists also debate whether T-Rex hunted in packs, or at least in pairs. While there's no conclusive evidence of a pack in the modern sense, the discovery of multiple footprints and fossils found in close proximity suggests they might have lived and hunted in family groups or pairs, enhancing hunting efficiency and their ability to take down larger prey like adult Triceratops. Encounters between T-Rex and Triceratops were titanic battles, where horns and jaws clashed in a bloody life-or-death struggle for survival. But even such a mighty emperor could not escape the harsh laws of creation and the endless flow of time. The reign of the T-Rex and the entire dinosaur era ended not by any other earthly adversary, but by a catastrophic cosmic event which utterly reshaped the face of the planet. Approximately 66 million years ago, a colossal asteroid, the size of a mountain, estimated diameter of 10 to 15 kilometers, slammed into Earth at incredible velocity, creating the immense Chicxulub crater on the peninsula, Mexico. The impact triggered terrifying global earthquakes and tsunamis, while simultaneously ejecting enormous quantities of dust, ash, and toxic gases into the atmosphere. This massive cloud of dust and ash shrouded the sky for many years, blocking out sunlight, causing plants to gradually die, and halting the process of photosynthesis, leading to a mass extinction of flora. The entire food chain collapsed beyond recovery. The climate changed drastically and harshly, and food sources dwindled. Despite being a perfect survival machine, the T-Rex could not contend with the absolute destructive power of the cosmos. The T-Rex fell not due to inherent weakness or an enemy that could defeat it in a fair fight, but by the brutal and unpredictable power of nature and time. It was a tragic and abrupt end to a magnificent reign, an event that ushered in a new era of dominance for mammals. However, in human memory, its image remains immortal, powerfully and hauntingly present. From the colossal fossils discovered in Montana, South Dakota, and Alberta, scientists have gradually peeled back the veil of mystery surrounding this creature, from its bone structure, musculature, to its lifestyle and hunting habits. We still visualize its enormous head with its formidable, jagged teeth, its red eyes glowing with primal ferocity, its roars shaking the very heavens, and its every step crushing all that stood in its path. The T-Rex, not just a mere fossil displayed in a museum. It is the undying nightmare, the most powerful, magnificent and terrifying beast Earth ever produced, an eternal symbol of wild power, absolute dominance, and the resilience of life. The story of the T-Rex is a potent reminder of the grandeur of the past, the infinite power of evolution, and the fragility of even the mightiest dominators before the unending, unpredictable cycle of the universe and time. It is a vivid testament to a lost world where true giants once reigned supreme, leaving an everlasting legacy in our imagination.